Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this very minimal makeup look. I don't want to say it's no makeup because I'm not trying to look like I don't have anything on, but it's a very minimal makeup look. I was showing you guys my skincare routine in a separate video and I just wanted to quickly do a makeup look and here's what we came up with. Looks so good. The skin looks fantastic. If you want to see my skincare routine, it's in another video, but if you want to see how to do this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, we're going to start out with the About Face eye primer, which is getting a little old. I should probably get a new one, but just any sort of primer will work. I got these little eyeshadow duos from Polite Society. It is just a super simple neutral shade and it looks like a little contact case. This is in the shade Business and Pleasure. I'm going to take that lightest shade and I have very little on my brush and I'm going to run that through my crease just to give me a little bit of bronziness through there. This brush, I really wish they would bring it back out. This was from the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush collection. It is like the really big fluffy brush and I love it so much. I'm going to put a little bit of that on the lid as well. Next, you could just take an eyeshadow, but I'm going to take the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in the shade Granite. I've actually been using this to lightly line the lash line because it's such like a drier formula that it works really well to do this step. I've also been using the darker shade whenever I put my lashes on. If I see a little bit of disconnect right there, I'll take that darker shade and line just a little bit. This is such a cool tone shade too that it's going to work really well to not look like you have anything on. I'm just stamping this with a tiny little brush like that. You probably can't even see it. Okay, I'm going to curl my lashes, but I'm going to be so careful because I realized yesterday that my lash cushion has like a little slit in it and I'm not trying to get my lashes cut off because I need to get a new one. I thought I had a spare cushion, but I think this might be my spare. So I'm being very careful. So I'm not going to be able to curl these to the extent in which I normally do, but that's okay. This is the Shiseido lash curler. For mascara, this is a new one to me. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky Tubes mascara. I haven't tried many tubing mascaras, so we're gonna give this one a shot. I don't really stray too far away from my mascaras because I'm always afraid that my lashes are gonna fall, and 9 times out of 10 they do, but we're gonna try it. We're doing just a small amount though because again, this is a minimal makeup look. Okay, for just like a soft, like lengthened eye look, so far so good. Nothing too crazy, which honestly is perfect for this type of look. We don't want a super heavy lash. So far so good. We're gonna keep it like that. You guys know the drill. Touch a serum stick on the under eye area before my concealer. It just makes it look so delicious and hydrated and plump. I'm gonna go wet my beauty blender. Sponge is clean and wet. One tip that I have is if you are damping your beauty blender, just go ahead and wash it while you're there. You're already at the sink. Wash it, so we're using a clean sponge. Now for foundation, I really try to use other things, but one, I've been out in the sun and I have gotten a little bit of color and this is really all that matches me. And two, nothing looks better. I'm sorry. And that is my IT Cosmetics Do It All Sheer Tint Face Balm, which as you can see, I've hit pan. So I just take my sponge and put it right in there. And then I just apply. Like color match, 12 out of 10, texture, 100 out of 10, natural looking, 1,000,000 out of 10. It's just literally the best product ever. I am in the shade 120, which is my perfect match, but I think if I continue staying out in the sun, I might need one up. Like foundation where? Like where's the makeup, you know? I feel like at this point I should just be the face of this product because it's all I use. One of my biggest tips too to make your makeup look the most natural, especially in this heat, is try and put as little as you can on your forehead. I think when the forehead looks heavy, that's when the whole thing can look heavy, especially in the heat when this is like your first place that you would sweat. So I kind of just take what's left over and go on the forehead. If I'm truly doing a very minimal makeup look, I will bring this product up underneath the eyes very lightly. That way I don't have to use as much concealer. But I also think that you need to have a little bit of darkness showing if you want it to look like you don't have anything on. So I'm going to take my Merit, the Minimalist Stick, and I'm putting the tiniest bit on the inner part and on this outer part. And I'm going to take the same end of that sponge so the products kind of mix together. I'm going to focus that on the inner corner. Again, the goal is not to cover the under eye. The goal is to just slightly conceal the blue or purple or whatever you have under there. And use my finger to also blend a little bit like that. So you can still see some darkness, some discoloration. That's what we want. Now for bronzer, when I think of the most natural looking bronzer, for me it is the Merit stick. I have the shade CN. So I just start by applying it on here first and then I'm going to apply it with a sponge. Again, I'm just going to use that same sponge, the same side. I'm going to work it in. Using the same side of the sponge is just going to ensure all these products start to mesh well together. Taking it across the nose up under the eyes, as I always do. And then I'm just gonna do that until I get the intensity that I want of this bronzer. This bronzer is very sheer, so it does take a little bit of building, especially if you're using your sponge. If you want more pigment out of it, use a brush. And now I'm just applying it to the forehead, making sure that we get that back into the hairline so we don't have any obvious lines of discoloration where the bronzer stops. Same thing with this, I'm not using a lot on the forehead. We're gonna put that bronzer on the jawline and slightly blend it down just so everything kind of ties together. Make sure you get your ears. For blush, I like to use something that, again, just looks like my skin, but a little bit more bronzed. And this is the Harmony Glow Play Blush by MAC. And yeah, I'm using the sponge. Same spot. So now we've got all those products mixed together at this point. And I'm putting that also up on the temple, put a little bit across the nose. All right, and now on the clean part of the sponge, I'm going to go along everything and just blend together, and it'll pick up any excess product. So now with powder, I like to be very minimal with my powder because I feel like the more powder you do, the more it looks like makeup. I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder in the shade Light. I'm using a brush and I'm tapping it off, and I'm mostly going to set the center of the face because I feel like when that's overly glowy, it kind of just looks more makeup-y. We still want it to be glowy, hence the skin prep we did, but we do want to tone it down a little bit. And when I tell you I'm using almost no powder, I'm hardly using anything. Freckle stamp, you guys know the drill. Not a natural makeup look without a freckle stamp. And especially during the summer, I've been outside so much that my freckles are popping through and I hate to cover them up, and this just puts them all back. If you are someone that has more blemishes on your skin, you could go in with like the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer and spot conceal any areas that you need, but I think the skin looks good. So my skin is already super glowy, but if you wanted this level of glow but your skincare doesn't give you that look, the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace highlighter stick in the shade Glassy Pearl. I can't even with this product. So it's literally just like a clear balm. Like you see that reflection. It's just a balm. Such a good product. Love it so much, but I do feel like my cheeks are already kind of giving that look, so we're just gonna skip it. For the lashes, I feel like they've maybe fallen a tiny bit, but not much. But for the lower lashes, I like to go in with the Clinique Black Honey mascara because it's like a warm brown, just to give me a little bit of something on the lashes, but it's not as harsh as a black. When it's on, I feel like it just looks like my lashes are naturally dark on the bottom. I am going to try and be super careful and curl these up a little bit more. My lashes are fully dry before I do this step too. For lips, I really do whatever. I'm not trying to do like my perfect natural lip color, but I am going to take the e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner in the shade Mauve Side, and I'm going to line. I do overline a little bit. I am someone who doesn't really have like a color to my lip border, so I do always line. And this is Merit Lipstick in Bespoke. And pat it out with my fingers. And here is the makeup look completed. This is honestly about as minimal as I would get with my makeup. Anything less than this, I'm not wearing makeup. I'm not wasting my time. I'm just gonna either do this, full beat, or nothing. I love this look, and honestly, it takes me no time to do, and I'm telling you that It Cosmetics Balm is where it's at.